Hey guys, welcome back to Contents Profit. Today I have a very interesting and fun story that I don't think we've shared before in the show, with some true behind the scenes footage for this project that we never got to release to the world until today. Last year, we were able to be part of a team that relaunched a very well known book called The Ultimate Sales Machine under the author Amanda Holmes, which we adore, and they've been able to help incredible companies like Samsung, and they're in the fields of health and wellness, and helping companies, big companies, improve their products and making so much money. And they were able to launch the second edition of the book, and we were part of the production crew that helped strategize and monetize their podcast to be able to get this book to be a #1 bestseller. And in this special occasion, we travel with them to a studio, a remote studio away from where they normally, get things done. And we were able to be a part of that experience, of that live launch. And we had incredible speakers in there like Russell Branson and many others, the entrepreneur organization. And it was such an incredible experience. So what you're about to listen or watch, if you're on YouTube, is one a reflection video, quick reflection video where I share this story where we almost bought a $250,000 garage, which is kind of crazy, but you'll see why and what that means so much, not only to us but also you as a creator. I think that was a pivotal moment on the decision of owning this studio, and we go into a little bit of why. So just a few minutes of that, and then we actually get to ask Amanda Holmes herself and her head of sales, Troy, one key piece of advice that they will give to an entrepreneur, and a creator, somebody that is building something for the benefits of others. So it's really cool because Amanda shares the fastest, least expensive way to double sales, which is just that couple minutes alone is worth a lot of money. And then Troy goes into the actual logistics of like how they're able to close $300,000 deals, for example, right? No matter who the customer is. So I'm very excited to kind of bring you guys this conversation. It's just a few minutes, but let me know what you think. It's a little bit of a different format. You'll see us. I have a little bit of a different haircut. So hopefully you'll find this very valuable, and I would love to hear your feedback at BizBrosCo on social media or on the YouTube channel. And so yeah, here it is. Enjoy.
We made it, guys. The event is done. What an experience over the last, how long? Over the last 9 months since we've been working together with Chi, old CHI, now we call him Chi. There's been a transition there, and with Amanda, we worked and created something super interesting with the launch of this book and with the companies that we've helped. And yesterday was the conclusion, as you can tell, in the footage. We're very excited, and then we were part of that event together with her, bringing the evolution of the book and this methodology that her dad, Chet Holmes, and her now are carrying over to thousands. It has been such an incredible experience. And in that room with her, there were so many other amazing entrepreneurs, right? From Alan Taylor, who has he runs the Entrepreneur Daily for Entrepreneur. He's been on the broadcasting industry for so many years. He has a radio show. To Bob Sears, who has multiple companies and runs another company called Business Nitrogen, together with David Asarno, is one of our partners in the with Chi. To Troy, who's one of the most amazing salespeople that I've encountered. Julie Eason, who's been amazing, and she helped Amanda develop this new version of the book and now future programs. To Mira, the host of the amazing space that we've had, and it's incredible. And I started thinking after the event, a lot of thoughts came to mind, a lot of emotions, right? But I had one conversations, right, with Troy, who's the sales guy. As soon as we came into that studio, we're looking around, we're like, wow, this is awesome. We were telling this story about one day we were very, very close to buy this luxury garage, and it's not to put like the cars, it's not to put anything like that, but it was to actually build a creator studio. We had this dream at the time. We were working at a little tiny office in near one of the town centers in Jacksonville, Florida, and we're like, man, let's go see it, right? And let's go dream. And we actually got the whole tour. We're about to apply to get a loan to get this place. It was $250,000. So that's crazy. What were we thinking, right? But we're like, yeah, we're gonna do it. And then within like 2 weeks, we call the apocalypse 2. Something happened in our business, and everything kind of shut down for a bit for us, and we went into this stage where we have to survive. We have to like go and figure things out again, and we didn't have the bandwidth to go dream again. And just this morning, after this amazing happened, who came from a dream that Amanda had and the team had, and we bring it to a lot of people through her content, through her book, through her podcast, right? Through her message. It got me thinking again, right? And then this morning, in an accountability call that I run with the amazing Bart Miller. I don't run it; he runs it, but then I'm part of it. So then this morning, in an accountability call that I jump in every single morning, it's about 10 minutes. We're talking about goals and how goals is a dream with a plan together, right? And then I'm thinking, yeah, there's a dream with a plan, but there's something missing, right? And from that conversation with Troy yesterday, he goes, "Hey, Luis, when are you actually going to get the studio? When are you guys going to do this?" And he's like, "Put a date on it." And he tells me the story of like the day that he put on paper to work with Amanda and her team and bring this vision to life. And it's true. So what's your goal? And what's the plan that you put in place for that dream, right? And then what's the date that you're actually going to achieve that? So that's a big lesson for me today, a big takeaway. And I'm glad that I'm able to bring it to you. So now what we're going to do is we're in this amazing Airbnb. We're in Tampa, Florida. we're in Gatorland. So and we're about to get ready, have our team calls, and then we're going to try catch Amanda and see if we can ask her a few questions for all the entrepreneurs out there and see how can she help us out. So see you soon. Bye. So we finally found Amanda and Troy. We've been looking for them all over Tampa. It's so hard to get a hold of them, but obviously you'll be watching the video, and we had a little event yesterday with Amanda. She just released the new edition of Ultimate Sales Machine. So link right below. Go get it. There's a lot of goodness for entrepreneurs there. But anyways, and we have Troy here. That's the master at relationships and sales and people and all goodness. And he flew all the way from Canada to be here with us today. How you feeling, Troy? Good?
Amazing.
Yeah? How do you find Florida?
I love Florida.
Yeah? Any gators yet?
I'm going to go get one later. I'm going to go hunting.
Yeah, so they just gave us a little bit of time to share one lesson for all those entrepreneurs. And, we've been working with Amanda for a little bit now, and everything that she says is pure gold. So please take notes. And,
boy, no pressure.
And go execute. So, Amanda, what would be like one piece of advice for people that are building a movement, a business?
Absolutely. So my father was really well known for a thing called the Dream 100, which is the fastest, least expensive way to double sales. It's the one strategy that has doubled the sales of more companies than anything else. And it's really simple. There's always a smaller number of better buyers than there are all buyers. That means that marketing and selling to them is cheaper than marketing and selling to all buyers. So my father taught, he got a list from a billionaire by the name of Charlie Munger, and they said, okay, go cold call 2,200 people. I'm sure you wouldn't appreciate cold calling 2,200 people.
It'd be horrible.
Yeah. So he did some research, and he realized that 95% of the marketplace was purchased by only 167. That's where the Dream 100 was born. So he led an intensive effort just to those Dream 167. That's how he doubled sales in 9 different companies for Charlie, all within 12 to 15 months, and several of them multiple years consecutively. So my question for everybody that's watching is, yes, you can have 100, but let's start with just 1. What is one potential relationship, client, strategic partner, JV that could completely change your world? If you won that person over, it would open the door to more money. They buy from you more often. They refer you to their clientele, which gives you all of their business, right? Just this morning, one gentleman got me in front of 17 million entrepreneurs worldwide and has given me another opportunity to have 100 radio spots on 100 different radio stations. One person. So who is that one person for you? And start with just a dream one.
Troy. Well, thank you so much. So good. By the way, we can edit this. So we're gonna put like a crazy music. Dun, dun, dun. Troy, what's your advice, right? Like you've been running sales for quite a bit for, massive companies, and now you're part of this chief family and
another massive company
in many ways, like energy wise, things and the value that we provide. So for those entrepreneurs that are looking to build something and start and getting in touch with like that dream one, like how can they actually go do that?
I'm going to piggyback off what Amanda said, because I think it's important to figure out who that customer is that's most attractive. Find that person, write down their name, and get obsessed about them. Like, be pig-headed disciplined that you are going to build a relationship with that person. But like I was saying earlier today, is learn how to date your customer. Don't phone them with just, wanting to get them on your show or be able to sell them something or do something. Get to know them. Spend time actually figuring out what is their emotional pain points and get to understand that part of it. When you listen to what Amanda was saying, first and foremost is have that core story and what it is that you're going to sell them, and be able to present that in a way that aligns the emotions and the facts and all those things with. But it's that stadium pitch off the front, right? Is what are you going to tell that ideal customer tomorrow morning? So if you said tonight, I'm going to phone this person, what are you going to say to that person that's going to really attract their attention the most? And make it about something that's an emotional outcome because of something that's not happening right now.
Yeah.
It's easy, really. I mean, you can phone somebody and say, hey, you know what? I'm trying to figure out how to help people in your industry get more clients. What's keeping you up at night, right? Find out what it is about them first. Then they will come to you and ask you, but make them irresistibly want you. Date them. You would never walk up to somebody in an establishment and just walk up and say, hey, do you want to come home to my house? No, you'd walk up and you'd say, hey, do you want to talk? And what is it about you? What's your interest? What's your outcomes? That's what you should do. Make it more fun again. Most people watching today can go check out your competition. They've taken all their phone numbers off their websites. There is no more chat buttons anymore. It's literally send an email in or nothing at all and go to a retailer and find our product or service. And I'm like, why can't we get back into dating each other and getting to know each other? And I think that's what will really carve things out so that you're not competing. Don't look to compete against Amazon and Walmart and all these people. Compete for people who want to build relationships.
Oh, that's so good. I mean, the second we focused on relationships with the podcast specifically, right? We followed your advice in the Dream 100 and a lot of it, right? And this was way before we actually met you in person or through the show. And we realized that was a tool for us to build those relationships and not starting from a transactional start, right? That every piece of content that we consumed at the time when we were starting our business was like, hey, here's the script, here's the cold calling thing, here's the DM that you sent, here's all the things. And it got us nowhere. It didn't feel in alignment with who we were. Might be a fit for somebody, for us doesn't. As I think like for many people it's not. And as soon as we started building those relationships, in our case through a podcast or through content, everything changed because we're coming from that spot of service of we're dating you, right? Because if there's a process that happens before we invite to the show or to the content creation, and then that happens, and then if there's a fit in energy in a sense as well, and like are we aligned, then we can continue the conversation and see like how can we collaborate in a way. So it's been super useful. And then when we met you, we're like, oh my gosh, this feeling that we had inside of us, like it actually makes sense and it's a thing, right? And it just gave us that push that we needed to continue to develop those relationships. So if you're interested in more of what they have to say, Amanda here is an amazing podcast. Go check it out. Right now is the daily dose of the ultimate sales machine. So yeah. And then Troy as well. I go find him in every single social media channel. We're going to put all the links right below. And if you want to talk to us, the Biz Rose, of course, the links are right below. So cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.